Shazam is without a doubt one of the most powerful heroes the DCU has to offer. I mean, he's got the powers of literal gods, even if he does have the maturity of a literal 10-year-old. And Billy decided that he wasn't going to keep all that power just to himself either, but decided to extend the magic to his 5 brothers and sisters, forming the Shazam Family, the Shazamily, a superhero team on par with the Justice League or the Justice Society. But just exactly how powerful are these magical champions? Well, today we're going to crunch the numbers and find out. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel and this is DanCo. We do fight breakdowns every week, plus the occasional power ranking video like this one or things like that. So if that seems interesting to you, we'll sit back and enjoy the video. Hit that like button. If you want to, well, hit the subscribe button while you're at it. Now let's get to it. Let's track with me here for a second, because while the other members of the Shazam family got their powers from Shazam, Billy got his powers from the Wizard, who also just so happens to be named Shazam. Now the Wizard is an immensely powerful and skilled sorcerer living up in the Rock of Eternity, and he, along with the other members of the Council of Wizards, were tasked with protecting the Earth from mystical threats, and chose champions as their representatives. The first champion chosen was Harut, who was heroic and kind and courageous. But that didn't last long, as Harut ended up being so heroic that he gave up his powers to his father in order to save him. And Teth Adam wasn't nearly as nice. He became ruthless and sought out revenge after his family was killed, unleashing the 7 deadly sins upon the world and destroying several whole civilizations. The Council of Wizards knew they had to intervene and stop him, but Black Adam wasn't easy to put down, managing to kill every other member of the Council until Shazam was finally able to stop him, trapping him deep within the center of the Earth. From then on, Shazam knew he had to choose a champion with a pure and worthy heart. And after the 7 deadly sins had been released once more, and Shazam had nowhere else to turn, he found Billy Batson and transformed Billy into the Council of Wizards' final champion. And with the Wizards' staff, Shazam was then able to carry on the Council's legacy and created the Shazam Family. Shazam's powers are magic and are based on 6 legendary sources. Some of them are even mighty gods, like the wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the stamina of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. Put it all together, you got a superhero and a superhero team like no other. Now, this is something that, honestly, Shazam seems like he's missing. They even kind of roast him for it in the movie. The team knows that Billy isn't wise. Sure, he might come up with a strategy every now and then, and it might even work once or twice. But Billy is childish, immature, and it shows up all the time in a fight. This is actually like a weak spot for him. It's not a strength like it's supposed to be. But that's why it's helpful that he's on a team. Each member of the Shazam family outside of Shazam himself has like an area of expertise. Like the director David Sandberg said that each of them have their specialties. Darla's the fastest, Pedro's the strongest, and Mary's the smartest. So at least someone out here has some of the wisdom of Solomon. And Billy was able to creatively take down both of his big bad guys, but still, this isn't really what makes Shazam such a powerful hero. Now here's where Shazam can really begin to shine. He might not have the brains, but he definitely has the brawn. He's able to pick up a Ford Raptor truck easily up into the air and then drop it, which would weigh around 2 tons. Freddy can easily move a car with just one hand. And then Shazam also caught a city bus at a dead stop, which would weigh anywhere from 11 to 18 tons. And sure, it looks like he struggled with it, but I think that's more just the shock of actually catching it and holding it up. He told Freddy a little later on it was as easy as catching a ball. Pedro is the strongest member of the Shazam family, outside of Billy, and he was able to pretty easily lift up about half of the Benjamin Franklin Bridge in Philadelphia by himself. Now that bridge weighs 70,851 tons of steel, and even if we cut it directly in half, because it looks like Pedro just lifted half, that's still 35,425 tons he was lifting up there. And Billy is the strongest out of all the Shazam family, so he should still be stronger. And we definitely see that kind of play out with all the impressive stuff he's done up on the big screen. And then it might not necessarily be the strength of Hercules, but Shazam's connection to Atlas gives him plenty of power and strength too. Atlas is the Titan god who was condemned to hold up the sky for all eternity, which means that Shazam can juggle planets too. Do it and not get tired. We've seen quite a bit to suggest that Atlas has planetary level strength, and with the power of Atlas flowing through Shazam too, well, that means that Shazam has got some planetary strength as well. Speaking of Atlas, he doesn't just give Shazam some out of this world strength. It's also what allows Shazam to be so supernaturally durable. He's been slammed into buildings, slammed with buildings, blasted by lightning and hit with dragon fire and everything. But while all that is very impressive, even just on the surface level, you gotta remember that Shazam and all of his enemies are fighting using magic. So there's always more going on behind the scenes too. Like getting punched and kicked around by Hespera and Dr. Sivana doesn't equate being punched and kicked by an old lady and a bald guy. But it's being punched and kicked by a literal god in the embodiment of all the 7 deadly sins. Fighting a dragon isn't just fighting a dragon, but fighting the Dragon Laden, a world eater, and a god killer. Each of those attacks thrown Shazam's way are capable of killing a god. The dragon at its best might even be able to destroy the world, and Shazam took all of its attacks. Lightning blasts from Dr. Sivana aren't just normal lightning blast, but almost like anti-lightning. They're compared to black holes even, and Shazam took those blasts just fine. Even getting slammed with a building isn't truly getting hit with a building. This is Anthea, and she has the power to act as Earth's axis. She puts her hands up and the entire world begins to shift and rotate around her. It might look like simple matter manipulation or maybe even reality manipulation, but it's not. She's literally the center of the world in those moments. That's the kind of attack that Shazam is taking here. And then there's also just the fact that there are repeated statements saying that magic can only be hurt by magic.
Weapons of man draw no blood from our kind. The only thing that extinguishes magic is magic.
Shazam and Sivana both possess magic. Only thing that can hurt them is each other. You can only fight magic with magic.
It takes magic to fight magic, and the man's got nearly god-level powers.
Now, this doesn't always play out this way in universe, because you introduce someone like Superman, and everything gets a little fuzzy. Either Superman is secretly a god, or non-magic beings can, at some point or another, begin to hurt magical beings. But if it takes a being like Superman or Doomsday to even begin to get a drop of blood from magic, then holy crap, magic is insanely durable. So if you combine all this, say that no man-made weapon can hurt Shazam. Only someone approaching Superman power levels can hurt Shazam outside of magic, and then we see Shazam survive god-killing, planet-altering magic attacks before, well, it's safe to say he might be one of the toughest heroes who have ever lived. Just like Shazam has the blood of Atlas running through his veins, he's also got the power of Zeus coursing through him. And we've actually seen this Zeus in the DCU before. And man, is he powerful. I mean, with the last bit of his power, he was able to cripple Ares in his prime, who had just slaughtered all the other gods. So we can definitely assume that Zeus is the most powerful Greek god ever. And he's way more powerful than any hero, as we saw him easily separate the 3 mother boxes with just 1 lightning blast, while it took all the combined strength of Superman and Cyborg working from the inside to do the same thing. This is the god that Shazam and the Shazam family are all getting powers from. This actually gives them a whole lot more power than just lightning blasts, even though all the Shazamily are pretty freaking good at throwing lightning bolts around. And they're real powerful lightning bolts too. But I also think it's the power of Zeus that allows Shazam to overcome so much other powerful magic, and how he's able to do this on a regular basis. Like breaking the wizard's staff, the same wizard staff that was able to hold back lightning from Black Adam, hold him off and seal him away. The same wizard staff that contains all the powers of Greek gods empowering Shazam: Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. And then all the Egyptian gods empowering Black Adam: Shu, Heru, Amon, Zehudi, Aton, and Mehen. Shazam was able to overpower all that magic and break that staff, something that not even Black Adam was able to do. And it's definitely not as easy as just breaking a wooden stick over your knee, because that staff broke 3 different trash compactors and didn't even get a scratch. And then Shazam is also able to use the staff and overcharge it with his own lightning and power, using it to kill a world-eating dragon, destroy the Tree of Life, bring down an impenetrable force field, and kill a god. And here's the thing, Shazam was able to overcharge this staff, this all-powerful staff, with what, like 10 lightning blasts? That's how powerful each individual lightning blast is. And I mean, this feat was done with the staff, and it was definitely an amped Shazam as he was overcharging his own power, but just in his base form, he was still able to hurt that god-killing dragon with a punch. Now, this is kinda like the wisdom of Solomon. Billy doesn't really use it. I mean, sure, he's brave and willing to fight, but we never explicitly see the courage of Achilles. Except for one instance, the Dragon Laden is supposed to induce fear and emit a fear aura, to the point where you're not even able to move in front of the dragon. The dragon just walks up and eats you. But Shazam is able to overcome all that and fight the dragon. I guess that's the courage of Achilles at work. And then last but not least, the speed of Mercury. Shazam is easily one of the fastest beings in the universe. And not just Shazam either. Darla is insanely fast, and way faster than her brothers and sisters too. They're able to move at blur speed, where the Shazam family, specifically Shazam and Darla, are moving so fast that they literally just look like blurs. In fact, both of them are so fast that they're able to dodge lightning. And according to the VFX department, these lightning blasts are like an instantaneous event, just like normal lightning. So they're dodging legit lightning. These two are also way faster than their brothers and sisters too, as Darla is consistently able to move so fast that the whole world around her comes to a complete stop, just like what happens when the Flash starts running. Even other members of the family are frozen like statues when Darla is moving around. But yet Shazam is still faster. He's got the edge over even Darla, because while speed might be Darla's specialty, Shazam is the source of all their powers, and is just a bit better than all the rest of them. We get to see this play out too. Darla was tagged with telekinesis by Hespera while she was running, and Calypso was able to shoot Darla with lightning from her staff. Shazam dodged all of Calypso's lightning blasts and got Hespera to actually hit herself with telekinesis by switching places with her at super speed. Flash is still faster. Shazam himself confirms this. But Shazam, and Darla too, might actually be operating at Superman level speeds here, which is insanely impressive. So, what have we got here? Just how powerful is Shazam? Well, we're talking planetary level strength, Superman level durability, and speed just below that of the Flash. On top of that, magical powers and lightning that are directly from Zeus himself. Combine that with the rest of the Shazam family, and you're talking about a superhero team that has just as much raw power as the Justice League. Of course, problem is, they're kids. They don't really fully know how to use all that power that they've been gifted, and that's always going to hold them back and make them look weaker than they actually are. But don't let that fool you. At their best, these kids are some of the most powerful beings on the face of the earth, and should be able to take down any magical threat that comes their way. But what do y'all think? Sound off in the comments down below. I know you're gonna have thoughts and feelings on this one for sure. If you stuck around this long and made it to the end of the video, that's amazing. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting us. And if you want to go subscribe, well, go subscribe. You're going to see more videos like this one every single week. I'll see y'all then. I'll see y'all next time.